Two local school districts hit by recent flooding are waiting for the federal government, hoping to declare the situation's disaster areas. That would open up the door to federal funding to help pay for all the repairs. We checked in with Lowville Academy. Superintendent Rebecca Dunkel says the district estimates costs to recover and rebuild will exceed $10 million so far. Classrooms are dry and decontaminated. New floors started being put down today. Next will be the gym floor, but that's not expected to be done until early January. The other school hit was Watertown. The first floor flooded. The basement did as well. Damage here will be more than $1 million, but that's an early estimate right now. Meanwhile, Superintendent Dr. Larry Schmiegel thanks Lowville Superintendent for helping him navigate through a few things.
And I want to give the Lowville School District a shout out. They have been a tremendous help in this regard. There is not a playbook when something like this happens. As I said with our Director of Facilities, you plan for snow, you plan for ice, you don't often plan for flooding.
Meanwhile, Congresswoman Elise Stefanik is asking the Biden administration to approve the state's request for the flooding to qualify for federal funding.